Well, hello there, and welcome to my channel. I am Donna E. Knight, and I'm so glad that you're joining me today. Today, we are going to talk about you become what you think about. Isn't that a great topic? You become what you think about. We're going to explore what this topic really means. We're going to dig in deep. I'm going to give you some things to think about and another perspective of how to view what you think about. So stay with us. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you joined me, and we will be right back. Okay, so we are back. So let's dig in on our topic today. You become what you think about. So let's dig in here. There's some key things that I want you guys to walk away with today. One of the questions that I'm going to answer is, why do you feel stuck? Why do you feel stuck correlates with the concept of becoming what you think about. And the second topic is getting on the right frequency. Isn't that exciting? Yes, so let's dig in. Okay, so getting unstuck. So sometimes when you're trying to accomplish a goal or you're trying to move forward with something in your life, you have all these great ideas. When the thought initially comes to you, you get really excited, and then you start thinking of all the reasons why you can't do it. Isn't that usually how it happens? You get this great idea, like I'm going to start this business, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. And then a few minutes after feeling that excitement, you get this kick that says, you can't do that because this, and this. And sometimes, most of the time, one of the main reasons why you can't do something that you really want to do is because of money. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So that fear factor kicks in. So has anyone ever thought about why? So this fear factor, and I want to challenge you to think of it in this way, is a part of your training or your psychosis. Okay? So in other videos, I think you guys have heard me comment or say that we all experience this part of conditioning. Just as human beings, people that are living and existing, we all get conditioned. We all get conditioned on how to act, how to speak, blah, blah, blah. We're conditioned. We are conditioned human beings. But my challenge for everyone that follows me, that listens to me, that subscribes to my YouTube channel, hint, hint, my challenge is to get people to think outside of the box and to uncondition themselves. Because a lot of times we don't get out of life what we want because we operate on our conditioning. Now, what is this conditioning? This conditioning is pretty much a paradigm, or you can think of it as a matrix. When you've seen the movie The Matrix, I think that movie is more real than some people want to give it credit for. But when you think about the matrix, everyone operates on the same level. And then when you have a person that comes along that chooses to operate above that level, operating at a higher frequency, they are challenged. So that's what happens in the getting unstuck mode. So we get these great ideas, they come into our frequency, our subconscious starts feeling the excitement. And let me tell you why your subconscious gets excited. The reason why is because the subconscious is the unthinking part of us. So the subconscious only operates on what we give it to operate on. That's what the subconscious is. The conscious, is our thinking part. The subconscious is the free will part. The subconscious doesn't know good and bad. The good and bad is a part of your conditioning, how you've been trained to think what's good and what's bad. The subconscious only lives by, hey, I got a new frequency being presented, and the subconscious gets excited off of this new energy. Or I shouldn't say new energy, this transfer of energy. It gets excited and the subconscious starts trying to spin its wheels to make this idea come to fruition. So if you've ever heard that saying, you were born with everything you need, that saying is so true. Because anything that you want to be, strive to be, any goal that you have or want to accomplish, you have everything in you to accomplish it because the subconscious works to do that. It's connected to the God in you. So it works to make those things come to pass. So some very, very smart people, a very, 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 very long time ago figured out that we human beings have this power. We have this power to manifest. So what did those very, 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 very smart people do? Well, let me tell you. Those very, 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 very smart people said, we got to find a way to not let people know that they have this power. So what did they start doing? They started conditioning mankind. So conditioning is getting everyone to think and act in the same way. And why did they want to do this? Because it's safe. We can't have a bunch of Albert Einsteins and millionaires walking around, right? Have you ever thought about how only 1% of the nation is a millionaire? Do you think that's coincidence, or do you think that's intentional? We'll talk about that on another video. Anyway, back to Unstuck. So these smart people said we've got to get everyone to think alike, be alike, and be programmed, which essentially that's what we are. So due to these centuries of programming, we all stay in our safe box, because when you get outside of the safe box, this conditioning, you start feeling unsafe because of your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is the mind that has been programmed. So when you start getting the subconscious mind excited, like, oh, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be a millionaire, then the conscious mind comes in and says, wait, okay, how are you going to get a website? You don't have any money. How are you going to send out flyers? How are you going to do this? You're not going to be able to do that. And you don't know anybody. You don't know rich people. You don't know. All of these thoughts start coming in telling you why you can't do it. That's your conscious mind. So that is why I work very hard to try to produce videos to help you all reprogram that conscious mind, so that you will be free and your spirit will be free to manifest these great ideas that you have. We all have it in us. We all can be millionaires. We all can have a seat at the table. We have just got to do a little self-maintenance to make it happen, right? You're supposed to say right. I know y'all are saying it. Okay. So, excuses. So excuses are a huge part of us getting stuck. We get afraid, we make excuses, and then the next thing you know, weeks have gone by and we don't do any work on our goal. And so the worst thing you can do is not do anything, right? That's the worst thing you can do. So now, if you look around yourself, like right now, just take a minute, look around yourself, look at everything that you've accomplished in your life, and are you happy? Are these the things that you intended to accomplish? Are these the things that you wanted to accomplish? All right, so maybe you are like the 1% that are like so happy with their life and your life is great and it couldn't be any better and you don't have anything else to add to your wish list. Hey, that is perfect. You can keep watching the video, but that's perfect. But for the most part, most of us, 85% of us, there's room for improvement. There's things that we think that we want and we don't really know, why we haven't accomplished it yet or why we don't have it. And the reason why is because you become what you think about. So when you get that excitement about a new thought, and you allow fear to come in and push that thought out of your mind, and you out of sight, out of mind, you don't think about it anymore, you're probably not going to accomplish that. You're probably not going to become that. So that's one of the first things that you got to change, okay? You got to change letting fear or letting that conscious mind scare you out of accomplishing what you really want to accomplish, okay? Because remember, that conscious mind, that's not totally who you are. That conscious mind is part of a conditioning. So when those fear thoughts come in and the frequency starts changing and you start getting afraid, you tell your conscious mind, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. I know I don't have any money, but have you ever read any book written by a rich person? The number one rule that rich people teach, and I'm not talking about rappers and people like that, okay, because they're not really just rich. We'll talk about that on another video too. But I'm talking about like people who don't have to get out of bed or do anything for their money to work for them. Those people will tell you, and in their books, if you listen to any speakers speak at any wealth seminars, they will tell you money is never an issue. Money is never an issue. The issue is all in how you think, okay? There's tons of things that we don't have money for that we do anyway, right? You probably don't have money to pay your cell phone bill right now, but I guarantee you're going to figure out a way to pay that cell phone bill because you want that cell phone to stay on, right? So you figure out and make things happen for the things that you want to make happen, right? So the answer to the question is you don't want it bad enough. Because if you want something bad enough, there are no excuses. And I'm just going to let that stop right there. So that's lesson number 1. Get unstuck by changing the way you think and then evaluating whether you want it bad enough. If you want it bad enough, you're going to make it happen. So you got to start thinking about it. You got to start thinking about ways to make it happen every single day. Okay? Write it down every single day. The book, Think and Grow Rich, it tells you, write down your goal and look at it, read it, and think about it every single day, 4 or 5 times a day. You should have it with you. You should be looking at it. That's what that book teaches. Think and Grow Rich teaches that you need to be looking and thinking about these goals every single day. You need to be creating the energy and space for these goals to manifest. One of the most powerful frequencies is your thought. Your thought process is a powerful frequency. We think that thoughts have no power. They're very powerful. So you've got to be in control of what you're thinking in order for your dreams and goals to manifest. Now, are you going to have to do some work? Are you going to be disappointed? Are you going to be stressed out? Yes. But again, how bad do you want it? Okay, so there you go. All right, so number 2 says get on the right frequency. So everything has energy, right? Everything. Like right now, I'm creating energy while I'm sitting here. Everything has energy. Everything is on a wavelength or frequency. And have you heard the saying where people say, you got to get on the right frequency with people? Okay, that saying is so true, and that's what number 2 is all about. It's all about getting on the right frequency. So have you ever been thinking about someone or doing something, and the next thing you know, that person calls you or they text you? Okay, so that's a sign that maybe you and that person are on the same frequency. Frequency is a real thing, right? It is energy. If you took a psychology class or anything in college, they teach you about frequency. It's a real thing. And so you've got to make sure, as this individual who is going to conquer the world, right? Because that's what we all are. We are all people who are going to conquer the world. You've got to make sure that you are, first of all, increasing your frequency, which means, we have lower levels of frequency. So think of frequency like as radio frequency, light frequency. And you have some frequencies that are vibrating at a higher rate, right? You're saying right, aren't you? Right. So you've got to make sure that you're increasing your frequency. How do you increase your frequency? By increasing your knowledge. Hang around people who are operating on a high frequency. That's going to make you increase and raise your frequency. When you get on that right frequency, you will be amazed at how connections will happen. Synchronicity will start to happen. You will see all of these coincidences kind of like falling in place and falling in line. That means, hey, you're here. You're on the right frequency. And when that frequency is behind you, pushing you forward, you're on your way. You're on your way. So don't ever think like when you get up in the morning and when you're going to work and you're going through all these things, don't think what you're doing and what you're thinking doesn't matter. You can wake up with the wrong, because we all do it, because I know I do it. You can get up in the morning and be mad about something and you're causing your frequency to vibrate low. And so what is that doing? That's shutting down opportunity, right? Because now when you go to the gas station, you're already on a low frequency, you're upset, you're angry, because that's what anger does. It drops your frequency. Or, your vibrations, your chakras, whatever you like to call it. I study all of that. So you go to the gas station, you're on this low level frequency, this person passes you. It's supposed to be a person that you typically would speak to, because typically when you go to the gas station in the morning, you're in a good mood. But this particular morning, you aren't. And a person that you were supposed to meet, you don't meet because you had an attitude. And so now that person that you were supposed to meet was a person that was going to help you by giving you a great business idea to implement in your up and coming new business. So just like that, that opportunity got missed. So you gotta make sure you're on the right frequency. This is something that I have to remind myself all the time. Okay, Donna, I gotta check myself. Are you operating on the right frequency? Are you where you need to be frequency-wise? To make sure that every contact, everything that universe is trying, because you got the concept now. You're unstuck. We're just saying, for example, you're unstuck, so you got the concept. So the subconscious knows what you're trying to do, and the subconscious is working on your behalf to make it happen. So they're like putting people in your path, like the person at the grocery store. They're putting people all in your path to make things happen. But you're shutting everything down because your frequency is off. So you got to get your frequency in check. It's very important and vital to your success. Okay, questions. You may need help. You may need a coach. You may need someone to help you kind of get everything that's going on up here to get it all organized. Because you won't be able to manifest as you should if you don't have organization of thought. This is one of the main things that I try to teach my 10-year-old Lakeland, because I feel like she's ready to learn that. I try to teach her that your bedroom, your backpack, your schoolwork, they are all symbolic of what's going on up here. So if your bedroom is a mess, if your living room is a mess, your homework is messy, your locker at school is messy, your car is messy, that is all symbolic of the convoluted mess that you got going on in your psyche. So you got to get that organized. When you get that psyche organized, when you get it all where everything's flowing, you're on the right frequency, all of that, things tend to happen a lot easier. But we just got to get out of that matrix and get some control back. Get some control back in our lives. So like I said, subscribe, follow, like, send an email, whatever. Share this video with someone. Hit that share, that little arrow that's pointing forward. Share it with someone. This information is so important. We need it in our community and to make our community stronger. So I hope that you share it with someone. So thank you for joining me today. It's always fun doing these videos. I have so much fun. And did I leave anything out? I don't think so. I'm doing this video by myself today, so I don't have anyone to cue me. So I hope I'm doing good. All right, love you guys. I appreciate you watching. Have a good one.